Hey everyone, Jorel here with a quick editor's note. Initially I was planning for this to be one video, but with the total runtime being an hour and 5 minutes long, I decided to cut this down into 3 separate videos, with each video being a game in the set. You can find links to the other 2 games in the description below. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello YouTube, we are back with a special edition of commentary here. We've got the king himself, our North American champion, Bryce, joining us today. Say hi, Bryce.
Hey, how's it going? I just did something crazy, and I'm still very overwhelmed about it.
Well, first of all, thanks for joining us tonight and taking the time to be with us. It really means a lot, and I think it's going to be really helpful for the viewers and us too, just to kind of learn from you and hear what was going through your mind during the finals match as we watch it through again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, for sure. Because Ben and I have been talking about this a little bit. But like watching through this match, it's crazy how like high level this match is. Because normally when you hear SecCon, you're like, oh, they're probably just gonna stall me out. They're gonna do whatever, recover a shit ton. But no, you guys had some really good back and forth on this, and it was insane to watch. Like Ben was saying before, like, this is a different level of play that some of us would hope to get to, and you guys were just crazy throughout this match.
I think Bryce was saying right before we hopped on too, it was almost like a game of chess. Like, it wasn't almost like a game of chess, it was a game of chess. Like the thoughts and the plays and everything was so methodically put out, and I think this is going to be really great for any level of viewers, new, old, however. Like, I think this is just going to be great learning, great experience for everybody tuning in. So really hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be throwing up some other Nats content later on this week. But before we get into all that, let's strap in and watch this hell of a match over here.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah, I always say that for me personally, most people absolutely despise playing against SecCon. I really don't, because my philosophy on games is I would rather play a game where I get to make decisions that matter, as opposed to playing a game where I made no decisions that mattered. So I'd rather play against like SecCon in an OTK deck, and SecCon, even though it's long and arduous and tedious to beat them, I'm making a lot of decisions throughout the game that can contribute to a win.
For sure.
Nice.
Alrighty, let's start it up then.
Exactly correct. And I'm loving all the splash of colors. I'm saying yellow for security control because that's kind of where we kind of.
So from what I saw, I heard that, or I saw that the lower seed goes first, which is kind of whack, and all the top.
No, that's not what happened.
No. So
whoever's the lower seat gets to pick. Whoever's like better placement. Like, because I was 11th and he was 18th, I got to pick who goes first or second, so I chose to go second.
Gotcha. Okay.
In this situation, I saw that I basically had almost a line. I had everything up to Anubis, and I was like, I should just go for this and see if I could put pressure before anything happens.
What's your thought process here, going like into Levia? Just harder to be going into Levia, or?
No, I had the Anubis play, and then I drew the Merva for turn. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure, almost like 90% going for Anubis this turn.
Gotcha.
So like that's me like kind of figuring out which cards I'm playing, and I was like, I have an Ignite in hand, but I don't have enough to discard it, so I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm just gonna go down in hand size. That's fine. My deck will make up for it.
If you need me to pause this at any point too, just let me know.
No worries. This is I saw the play. That's really good and went for it. And I had the base got to maneuver. Let's pause real quick. I need to give a huge shout out to this guy right here. This Jorel. Jorel's the one who gave me this Gatomon Uber, and it was glued to my hand this set, which was amazing.
Yeah, no.
It was so good in the set, and it was literally glued to my hand. I think this game, it was in my opening hand. The second game, it was in like the top 10 cards, and then the third game, it was in like the turn I played it is the turn I drew it.
I remember sitting in the crowd every time you dropped that Uber. All of us were cheering for you bot decking that Magna Engine one, and it was hilarious.
It gave me so much extra room to beat this deck too. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, without them having that as a outside target, it's huge. Just for not letting them recover.
Also, I'm not gonna repeat this over and over again, but almost every time I went for a Merva play, I almost always wanted to make a Cyclone, because I don't know how many Death X's he's playing. I assume security X are playing anywhere from 2 to 4. Turns out he's only playing 1, but I'm in my mind, I'm like, he will always have he's like waiting to Death X me at any given point, so I'm gonna make sure I'm ready at all times.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
And just a note for our viewers too, we do keep the audio going in the background because there are some missed calls that Bryce will point out too. So if you're wondering why it's there, that's the reason.
Yeah, and here comes the first instance of bot decking this Magna.
You can hear you guys cheering in the crowd.
You can hear us in the background going, yeah!
I can't hear nothing. I have sound canceling headphones. I just hear like muffledness.
Yeah.
Sources underneath the Anubis.
So I actually did want to swing here.
This, yeah.
Most security control players are just dying to tap that Kari. I wanted to choke to 1, so
sure.
Most of the time against security control, memory is fake. But like, if they're gonna choke themselves to 1, I'll be fine. Honestly, that degrade didn't tilt me. This degrade tilted.
Yeah, the fact that he recovered like, into a second degrade.
In security control, the fact that he hit the best one twice in a row was like, I'm like, are you serious? Like,
yeah.
But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, watching this back, I realized he recovered into that second degrade, which was wild. Right. I'm like, oh my god.
I remember watching this on the 3v3 sidelines, and like the 2 of the guys I was watching was like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? 2 in a row.
One of the ways I built my deck, a lot of people are playing before Gobblemon. The reason I was running Labramon was partly because of security control, so that there's a way you can like basically loop Merva infinitely, where you just Merva into play a Labramon, grab a different Merva, then you just keep doing that. Gotcha. But he literally didn't let me do that because every Merva went to my security, every single one.
Yeah.
Are you doing a split of the Gobbly and the Labra, or just straight up?
Yeah,
Labra?
It's a split. It's 2 and 2.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think this might have been a mistake because Death X ended up being the most clutch card in this set. So for this first game not having it, definitely felt like a problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I remember watching through this. We were like counting the bombs. Like you can see 2 Lonkies in his hand right now. That's 2 degrades gone already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need that one.
Speaking of alternate arts, we have both versions of
another Magnite is coming out. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, this is an ideal situation of showing that my memory doesn't really matter. It's all about value. I need to get the most value out of every card. You're not trying to play like a normal game of Digimon or drawing a bunch of cards and stuff. He's explaining Digimon into Perimeter right now because I couldn't quite remember what it did.
Yeah.
I like sort of remember what it did, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But the way you have to play this matchup is you're trying to destroy his hand essentially because they're not going to draw as much as you because they don't digivolve like you are like as a normal deck. So I almost don't care how much memory I give. Choking is like a bonus. But I want to mostly just play a lot of cards. That's why like you'll see me start playing more level 4s later on as I like kind of remembering how to play against the matchup a little bit more.
Gotcha.
And I just always want to have like a big play to come out of raising later. This one that's what I was building up, but then going to the levy afterwards. I dropped a token that cost 13. They missed this in commentary. They didn't remember levy's effect, where whenever something dies, I get a memory.
Yeah.
So I gained 2 memory from its effect for killing both, and then they're both overflows happen.
Yeah.
They thought it was like, oh, it costs 4 and 4. I'm like, no, it's because the levy mon effect. It's gaining me memory.
That play was massive.
Everybody was going wild when you dropped that.
Yeah.
I mean, I played a Levymon that choked him to 1. Like, hard played my hand. It's wild.
Yeah.
Overflow is, in fact, a drawback, it turns out.
Yeah, right?
That's clean.
I'm playing a purple deck, so I have to look through my trash constantly. I like always have to notes and trash. This is a toolbox deck. I'm trash toolbox.
I think everybody was like, oh, man,
I don't think you were running this, Bryce, but what do you think about Biting Crush?
I think it was really good. The other build, there was another build I was thinking about running where I was playing 3 Levy, 3 Biting Crush. There's a guy that got 4th place that was running 4 Levy, 4 Biting Crush in his Anubis deck. It's super good in the mirror. I decided to put the Black Gato to beat the mirror, to beat the Levy decks, because the Black Gato, if you go for the combo, counters the Levy combo thing as long as they only have 1.
For sure.
So in this situation, I was like, I'm gonna swing, get my checks before evoing. I think.
Stop the memory effects that happens.
I think that's what I was doing, because I didn't have enough. I was gonna pass turn with the Anubis, and then we hit. I think another bomb in the next check.
The second check is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lonky.
Third Lonky.
Oof, painful.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get the checks and then go because the Anubis would have choked turn. I didn't have enough memory to keep turn with Anubis. So I was trying to get value from my Levy, but I was like, oh, I think this is fine. I can still just kind of rebuild.
That
I wasn't too hurt about that. Like I said, I'm just trying to play as many cards as possible.
Yeah, that levy lasted you a decent chunk of time at least for the first game.
And actually, we can see 2 more copies.
And to your point from earlier too, like his hand size is now 4. He's like kind of clumped up here with 2 Lonkies, a Hell Scythe, and I don't know what the last card in his hand is. There,
I think that's a degrade.
It's degrade, yeah. So I mean, he really doesn't have much of a play here.
I mean, he does have plays. He's gonna play an option. It is very fortunate of him. I saw his build. He's playing a build with only 4 Kari, which is only 4 purple sources, and he saw his purple sources game 1, turn 1 every game.
Yeah.
An extra draw as well to recover if it gets deleted.
Yeah, Hell Scythe for sure.
He kept playing Hell Scythe, and he's like, "Wait, where's my Magnas? I don't have Magna to go for."
That's right. We bounced it back to the bottom of the deck using that Black Gatomon Uber, and that is a really cool.
Yeah, and the commentators are realizing it too, which is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. I was like, oh, I'm not letting that card stay in the trash.
Yeah.
That's how they win. They keep spamming that card.
Absolutely.
Sure. Because
Here we go, the big alley.
I will say,
Yeah.
I didn't think one time in the whole set about playing around Lonky. I was kind of playing around Salamon most of the time, which is kind of like playing around the same card. But I was like never thinking about playing Lonky. I could have like maybe did some micro improvements in certain turns because of that. But I not once was I think. I was just thinking I'm gonna play around. He's gonna remove something eventually. He'll give me a bunch of memory and I'll try to do something with that. But I wasn't properly playing around Lonky. I was just trying to. If Salamon was going to be a threat, make sure I had like an answer for it afterwards.
And
What would you do differently if you were playing around?
There's a couple, not for this game right now, but there's a couple times where I like left him at 2 or 3 when I should have been pushing just a little bit more damage so that he had to like force it out more.
For sure.
Swinging right into it.
He literally didn't care about attackers. He was only trying to deck me out.
Yeah.
My deck gets way too much value to get out attacked against this deck. So I would say it's always make sure to think about your play before committing to it. Like like you notice I don't immediately bring out my Blue Mara, I go for Anubis and stuff. I'm like, all right, what am I planning to do with the 7 memory this turn? If I need a card that I don't have yet, I have to think how likely am I to draw that, or like how often have I seen it so far?
Sure.
But yeah, like you should never try your best to never commit to a play until you've like planned out your turn.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is a commentary mistake. They didn't realize Cyclone stops Anubis, and they like, why is he paying the full cost for this? I was basically expecting that I was gonna have to pay full cost for Anubis. So I didn't need to go for a Merva play. There was none available. I was mostly just going to get rid of the Floodgate and get another level 5s, which like threatens another level 6.
Gotcha.
And I think I had a second Anubis in hand, so I was thinking my thought process was I was going to try to get 2 Anubises out, so even if he removes 1, I still have the follow-up play.
And then off of discarding a card.
So I think the only reason I would discard is I looked at like my inheritables. I don't remember what inheritables I have there. I think there's 1 Gobbly, so I want to trigger it. But I'm basically trying to get all 3 back because I'm going for a 6 cost play, so I'll gain 3, go to 0.
Are you thinking Maycrack right now? Probably?
Yeah, it's Maycrack because it's going to get rid of the
Sala and the Psych.
Sala and the Psych. Oh no, actually I remember I didn't discard for the Maycrack because I knew the Maycrack would trigger the Gobbly instead. Like I just didn't need to waste the card there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like yeah, this is me not playing around Lonky. I'm just giving him 1 again.
For a more conservative play to make sure he keeps his opponent at 3.
And
if
But I have a second Anubis set up, but it doesn't play around getting Lonky again, which is what happens.
it's really easy for security control to get rid of.
Yeah.
He didn't have like infinite all his removal, really like the best removal in his deck at the right times this game, which is unfortunate, but.
So it's really cool for this card because normally
I will say I don't think a lot of people think security control is very skillless because they just luck sack you in security, they play options, but the thing about the deck is that you are just playing options and stuff, but you have to maximize the effect of each card. Whereas other decks are playing a lot of cards in a turn, your 1 card has to make sure to do as much as possible. So I actually think it's a pretty skillful deck, but like it's not very linear, but sometimes you could just luck out and just have infinite healing and infinite removal.
For sure.
Where in a single turn he can take out 4 or 5.
At this point, I didn't have a rookie, and I saw this, and this looked real bad for me.
You choose here.
But I didn't have a rookie, and I knew those were the last 2 Mervas in my deck because I saw the other 2 were sent to security.
Really?
Both of them.
Which I was like, all right, at this point I can't establish the Merva like infinite loop that I was trying to establish through the games. I know I need Merva right here. I was just like double checking like what's happening here.
I don't think he's into security at all.
But hard playing Merva is honestly super fine in this matchup. If I could hard play Merva every single turn of the game, I would do that.
Can be really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's just 3 bodies that a deck that's I'm just trying to 1-for-1 his handed removal it has to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was explaining it to me, and I was like, huh?
Like you see it throughout the whole set. Like there's every time I have the opportunity to hard play a Merva, I hard play a Merva.
You just hard play Merva for sure.
It doesn't matter how much memory you give that opponent. Everything in their deck costs 7 or 8. Like the only exceptions are their like tamers that they have to set up, which they're going to set up anyway. So.
Right.
I get the Psychmon because I'm always thinking that he has Death X possibly.
Gotcha.
I'm like I don't want to get Death X ever. I was a little worried here. I remember I was like I want to get 2 not this turn, but there was another turn in the future where I was worried about giving him 4 because I didn't have double Psychmon because I was worried I'd get like Magnum Angemon aced and then Death X.
And then Death X.
He didn't have it at the time I did that, but that was definitely a concern on my mind.
Another Lonky.
Yeah, I think his hand was like 3 Lonkies this game, which is crazy.
No, he had a lot of those Lonkies in hand. We see that in like the later games too. Like he has a lot of Lonkies in hand.
Yeah, I think he's playing max copies. He's max copies Lonky, max copies Degrade.
I mean, yeah, I don't see a reason not to.
And I think 2 were in hand, at least.
Yeah. So we're missing 1 more. Where is it?
I don't want to draw cards. I'm trying to avoid drawing cards. So we just slam.
And now we're just
I don't remember if this has already happened. We'll pause it real quick. It might have happened already. It might have not. I was watching a different stream of this game. Someone was saying that maybe I cheated at one point. It was technically just a misplay and a missed call. Like the judge didn't see it and I didn't see it. I forgot to draw on an Anubis draw. Like on Anubis Evo because I was so focused on like what I was trying to do for Crash.
Sure.
Which is technically I didn't do the rules if I didn't draw a card, but I wasn't trying to cheat. I was just like, I forgot because this is a high stress situation. And I think it happened twice throughout the whole set. Like one time in this game and one time in another game. But this game, it mattered, but didn't matter because I ended up losing it. Spoilers. And in another game, it didn't matter because I still had a good amount of cards left in my deck. But
Gotcha.
It could have definitely mattered, and I will hone up to that. It's a high pressure situation. We just easily forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I got like. Go ahead. Sorry.
Even the judges were exhausted. They told us after the match that they literally hadn't eaten like all day. They were like dying.
Yeah.
So it's no one's fault. It's just people were human.
I mean, my peanut brain doesn't catch on in a low pressure situation. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like even for like online regionals when I'm playing like. Even then, that's like, for me, that's high stress. And I'm like, oh, God, what's going on? Especially when you get into those later rounds, if you're doing pretty well. And it's like, ugh, I can only imagine what it's like for first and second place at the Nationals.
I mean, I literally tried to tell myself every game, it's just another day at locals. Just try to unpsych myself down, like psych myself down. I even told the guy at this table, and it just felt so weird at this table. There's like cameras on us. And we had to like do that weird interview where they told us where the cameras are, and then when I look back at it, we were not looking where the main camera was. So anyway, I just wanted to like bring that up real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I hard played cards, not this like a security control. I'm trying to fight for his hand, even though like I don't have a rookie. I just need to fight for the hand advantage as much as possible.
From 3 to 4 with Sala and then hard play this. I guess the risk.
The third Magna Ace this match.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. Actually, I think that might be the last one.
Because I think 2 were killed by the levy, and then there should have been one earlier too. I think
one after. Yeah, so I think this might have been the last one. I didn't keep track of how many Magna Aces he really went through. I was only really keeping track of the regular Magna Antoine.
7, 8, 9, 10.
There's one in his hand right now. I see it peeking.
Okay, so he sent 2 with
the regular, yeah.
And 2 locations.
I remember after this game realizing that this rune mode is going to be dead all set. Like I never want to see this rune mode this set. It's not good in this matchup. I generally always am swinging Psychmon first for the reason of I just want to. So I want to like be able to use my effects. Like so, and even if I don't get rid of it, I try to just do something else instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Blue Marimon, Digivolving, drawing the 3 cards.
It's risky to draw this much, but like that's the only way I can get my level 5s in this deck. All of them, like most of them, draw me cards, so I have to.
Spada, nice.
Yeah, the Spada one's a neat tech. It's the on play, or you slide it under, and then Digivolve one.
It has to slide under a Crossheart Digimon, so it like really only slides against under Ignite and Merva. But that card was mega clutch this weekend. I wanted to see it more in this matchup when he had the Black Serafi.
Yeah.
Or the Shadow Serafi. I saw it in this game. I didn't see it whenever he had Shadow Serafi, and that was unfortunate because it would have made dealing with that card way easier. But
you played around there pretty well though in the other games.
Way more option cards
than
Bryce does.
The stupid memory marker.
It was nice. It was like, yeah, good texture to it. I just keep dropping it because I have shaky hands.
No, you're good. Yeah, because that was the one out of the gift box, and like there's on the standing on the little pillars, which are like heavily imbalanced. Yeah, there he is.
I don't need these searching cards anymore. I'm not trying to draw.
Yeah, because at this point, I think your deck was like very thin.
Yeah, it was very small at this point.
Yeah, I remember like we'll see it in probably like a couple minutes when you fan it out and there's like 5 cards left. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I was thinking like, okay, like I remember I thought about that. I'm like, I need to evolve in raising because I want to have something to bring out, but also I have like almost no deck left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the play where I go for double Anubis just to have as much value as possible.
For sure.
I don't know if cracking the boost was correct though. I remember I was thinking about something, but
no Death X.
Oh, I was thinking about I don't want to. I kind of forgot about his Tamer, but I wanted to think about. I was like trying to avoid getting Magna Aced plus Death X, but also I think he went through every Magna Ace, so I should have checked for that. Yeah, you don't want to leave this card up. That's why I put both.
Yeah.
I specifically was like, if he gets rid of one, it's fine because I have another.
You have another one ready to go.
Bryce will have the ability to use it, even though he has.
That's where I count my deck.
There it is.
There it is.
Definitely has enough turns to attack. Depending on how much.
My guy.
Peter has access.
So on the note of getting like 2 Chimera, or not Chimeras, Anubises out on board, I played against a deck that was running kind of like it was interesting. It was like one of Chimera. What are your thoughts on that?
I thought Chimera was okay. I think it's fulfilling the same purpose as the Maycrackmon, but the Maycrackmon triggers with the stuff that you're doing already.
Right.
And it's the Chimera doesn't quite deal with Psychmon, which is the biggest floodgate, like the most common floodgate and the easiest one to play.
For sure.
Also, in my build, I'm running 3 Psychmon, and a lot of people were telling me, "Oh yeah, most builds are running 1 and 2," and I say it in my deck profile. I think that's fake. I think why would I not play the best floodgate in exactly the mirror, which I expect to see a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So my floodgate lineup was 1 Gazimon and 3 Psych.
Nice.
Especially in purple, when you have like so many ways to recur it, it's basically undying.
Like I said, I'm playing an Anubis. Anubis is a graveyard toolbox. You see how many times I play Psychmon in this set? I just keep bringing it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, use the Anubis, bring out a Psychmon to prevent from Death X, and just play another card from my hand. Alright, as soon as he plays his card, I want you to pause it.
Sure.
This is a big thing that happened. This people were arguing, was this I trying to choke him at 1 or was this a misplay? This was a misplay.
Oh, when you move out.
I move out. I forgot about Digimon Emperor. However, I will say I think this misplay won me the set because I never forgot about that card. So I was just always on my mind on how to play around it and exactly how much memory I would need to use for any given turn. My plan for this turn was to use the Anubis effect to bring anything out, kill the Psychmon, and then I had blood in my eyes to try and go for game.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw this in the crowd, and we just like collectively groaned. We were like, "No!"
I had blood in my eyes. I think I can try to find it out to close the game. I'm gonna try to put 4 bodies plus the 1 more body I get with Anubis. This is the kill shot. But I forgot about the card, and it really cost me the game. I think I also might have been missing 1 more one more Ignite-mon. I might be wrong though. I think I already had it.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so that was just a misplay.
Yeah.
There is the argument that maybe after analysis it would have been the best play, but I don't think so. I think I had a better play.
Basically stealing a turn away from Bryce. That could have been the
and then this made that way more difficult because I can't go for my Merva into Spadamon play because I can't get Spadamon with Anubis. I have to get it with Merva. I can't get it with the Psychmon active. So when a security is removed, he'll Digivolve my Anubis, and I can't gain the memory back to go for another Anubis play.
Yeah.
So that misplay was like it compounded right here.
I had to go read it. I was like,
but also these memory effects, like manipulation, I remembered them in the follow-up games, and I played around it. Like it's okay. I need to make sure I have memory to do the plays I want at all times, and I had a game plan, like a macro game plan on how to do that.
For sure.
Here I was like, well, I kind of messed myself up there, so now I have to try and win the game from this position with no eggs left, and then I hit every bomb in the book. I'm like, I don't want to see this. I see this. I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm playing security control. I'm bound to see multiple bombs every game. That's just how the deck works.
Yeah.
That misplay last turn cost me, and also this. I should never Ignite probably would have never left raising area in general if I made that play earlier where I was supposed to draw one more card, because this would have been the last turn regardless, because that's the last card in my deck over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so that second card was a bummer, because that means now I absolutely can't win.
Yeah. Yeah.
It also gave him an extra body to get rid of one more of my bodies, so...
Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
So yeah. This game is basically a wrap from this point.
Yeah.
The only time that card was useful in the set.
Yep.
It wasn't really useful against me. I didn't let him have level 5s.
When I saw that, I was like, what the hell is he using that for? But then I'm like, oh, that's really annoying.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the Zulong in that deck is really for the ability to bounce stuff for play cost 7, but also it makes decks that aren't my deck that just deals with level 5s really easily. Decks that have to attack have to deal with this Magneangemon to make it harder. Like, it's probably really good versus like Hybrid or Melga.
Yeah.
Are we not North America?
All right. So moving on to game 2, Digimon Emperor is locked in the head. Never doing that again.
Nope. Never doing it mistakenly again.
Yeah.
Because I do it again on a very important turn.
Yeah.
So I lost. I get to choose who goes first. I've played Security Control. Everyone's played against it. You always make them go first. They do not want to go first. They want to have, because they're playing heavy memory cards every single turn regardless. Like the lowest memory they're gonna do is their plays that their tamer plays, which they just always had, which is fine, but it's still like they're still giving me 3.
Man,
Right.